Yes, I know it's another player talking about how good the manager is, but we're going to talk about it because it's interesting. Gives us some insight to what's happening. Hello and welcome to the video. So, Josh Windass has been talking to the Star, and he basically been turning around and saying how the preseason is going really well, and Windass is set to play a key role for the club from the step up. Josh Windass has turned around. It's really different to what I've done before. We've got a new style of play, which I think everyone, player, fans, and people around the club is going to have to be patient with. Big word.
Patient with. Let's be patient.
We've been playing a similar style for 2-3 seasons now, so the manager is bringing a new identity, and the boys is really buying into it and loving every minute of it. And I think we'll get there in the end, which is great. I think this is really good to get that sorted. And when things like this happen, you enjoy hearing this from the players. This is the second player who, third player really, that come out and said stuff like this. Awitway said it. I think Baz has said it. Josh has said it. Byers has said it. Okay, that's 4 players. I can't count. But it's really good to see. You know what's also good to see? Liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. If you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, I much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm. Sharing gets in front of people's faces. And subscribing lets me know that you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live. But he wants us to be more of a footballing team, really. But stuff like that takes time. And we're doing double sessions every day, training to perfect it. Now, this is something that I like. The manager is big on people making mistakes every single day to perfect it, and it makes it better. I love that positivity. I love the fact that he wants players to make mistakes so they can learn on it and get better. I think that's such a key thing. I think in a motivation point of view, that is such a huge thing to happen, where a manager wants you to make the mistakes so you know what the mistakes are and to improve it and perfect it. I think that's a huge thing. He wants us, obviously we're not going to be playing like Man City in the first 5 weeks, but I think we'll get there in the end because he's very good. And it's interesting, we are seeing more and more thing come out from players about this manager and how they play and how he wants us to play and how he wants the team to be set up. And I think the more we look into things like this, the more we have to think this is a good thing. Hearing players come out and say that there's a different style of football, it's exciting. I think fans will like it a lot more. But again, the big word there, underline it in red, put it in bold, shout it from the rooftop.
We have to be patient. Something U20 fans don't have, I'll admit.
And we're going to have to be patient while we get things like this sorted. I like this a lot. I'm not going to lie. I think things like that is really good to see. Yes, and some people might turn and say it's just good PR, stuff like that. But you know what? I'd rather... Excuse me. I'd rather have the situation that we are working on changing the style and everyone buying into it and it takes a few weeks to get right than having to go all gun blazing for a style that might not work. And the thing is, you've got the situation that you have a team that's willing to put in the work. They're willing to do these double sessions. They are buying into this early doors. And if you buy into this early doors, I think it's good. Like I said, I like the line. The manager wants us to make mistakes so we're perfect. That shows the level of detail this manager is putting into every last aspect. And I think if you've got a manager that detailed detailed with everything he does, I'm going to try and use a big word, but I failed. In everything he does, I think you're going to reap the benefits of that. Yes, we still need players. We know this. We are 17 players in. We are the oldest squad, lowest valuing squad as well. You've got people like Plymouth signing Morgan Whittaker, who they had on loan from Swansea for not much money. You've got the thing where Patch Camera sounds like he doesn't want to leave Ipswich to come to Wednesday, so we move on to other targets. No loss for me there if he does. Kind of thing. I think it's one of those things where we move on to different targets if that's the case. But all I'm trying to say is if the players are already feeling this positive for him during pre-season and he's only worked with them a couple of times, surely that's something for us fans to get a little bit excited for. You know what I mean? Something to just get us a little bit like, okay, this is where we're at. This is what we're going to be doing. This is what I think we're going to be playing like. And the thing is, it will be quick. It will be passing based, I think. I think you will have players like Windass and Mallet Wilkes who will benefit from the style of play. Finger crossed, I hope Mallet Wilkes will benefit from the style of play from him because we haven't really seen anything from Mallet Wilkes yet. And I really want that lad to kick on and do well. I think there's a really good player there. Josh, we already know what can do. Josh can perform at this level. We already know what Patterson can do at this level. Volks, Bannon. There's some really good championship players in this squad. And I think if we can build on what we got with quality and not quantity, like Sisco has said, I think that'll be the icing on the cake. We want quality over quantity, but we need quantity at the moment because we have less bodies. But I'd rather go for quality instead of just bringing anyone in. And I know people are really worried about panic buy-in and getting people in really late. And I get that. I understand that completely. But there is still a month till the transfer window. And a lot of Premier League teams will not let players go until middle of August if they're going to let them go at all. And I think Josh is very much being realistic. We will have to be patient on the style of play. We will have to be patient on how we do things. But there's going to be some mistakes while they get this right. Granted, the one thing I've seen in pre-season is that we have let a lot of goals in already, kind of saying sloppy goals. And that needs to be tightened on. But again, pre-season isn't about the results. Pre-season's about getting the minutes in, getting those tactics sorted. Double sessions while they're in Spain. Excuse me. Double session while they've been in the UK. He's trying to get this as the fittest team. Like he said, my Warriors. And I love that. I love that. And I love the, again, I absolutely love the phrase that he wants us to get this perfect. And I think if you get something like this sorted and deals really start coming quick and fast. But again, like I said, I love the fact that the manager is big on people making mistakes every single day to make it perfect and make it better. I think that's a very good quote to end the video on. And a good quote for life, to be fair. Make mistakes every single day to perfect it and make it better. We're all only human. Granted, I know people have not been liking some of the things that have been going on recently. I understand that. I get it. DC Out's campaign is very high, or on Twitter, on some of the social medias. I've seen it in my thing. But at the same time, if DC doesn't want to go, very, very hard to force out someone who doesn't want to leave. And I think right now, let's just support the boys on the pitch and the manager and go from there. And we'll see what happens with everything else. Because right now, we've gone from having a little bit that looks a little bit stable again to it going a bit like whoosh down again. And I, for one, think if we are patient and accept that our start might not be as good as we want it to be, but down the line it'll improve, then we'll go from there. Granted, long bits of stuff to go before everything kind of can materialise. We've still got end of the transfer window in August. Yes, we've got 2 weeks till the start of the season, but I think when transfers do come in, it's going to be quick, fast. Like, do you want another one, Wednesday fans? That kind of tweet again that we've done in the past. So let's see what happens. And yeah, but I do like this again. I like the positivity. I like the idea of what he's trying to get into the players. And I think that's something our fans, we got to note and just realise that it will come. It will hopefully come good, and we'll see the benefits of it. But right now, I do get the frustration, and I do get why people are annoyed, and I do get it. And I apologize if I am not biting in the comments, but a little bit more snappy than normal. I am very stressed at the minute, I'm not going to lie. This week is 20-week GAN, so I'm getting all that stuff sorted. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.